3. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or whichever you are, welcome back. Week 3 of everybody's favorite fantasy football podcast. Hashtag I'm with Bozo. I'm your host. It's your boy G. We're coming at you live from the Circus tent. A little upgrade since last year, if you've been following along. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Balake Smith. Smithy, how we doing?
Doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well.
All right, man.
Hanging in there. How you been? How's life been? How's Caitlin? How's the baby?
Dude, life's good. Yeah, little man's 9 months old. He's crawling all over the place. Tons of fun, man. Really fun.
That's what it's
Wife's
about.
keeping up. She's keeping up with him.
That's what's up. Is he's swinging a bat, a club yet? What's he doing? Kicking a ball, shooting a ball? What's he doing?
Oh, man. Just biting things and throwing haymakers. That's all he's doing. Throwing some haymakers, biting everything. That's it.
All right, get him in the octa.
That's right.
That's what's up. Apparently, that's a hot topic of conversation here in the hashtag I'm with Bozo Circus ring. Talking about throwing some blows or throwing some shots of fireball. What are we talking about, Blake?
Hey, man, look, I was coded somehow as the nicest guy in the league. Okay.
I agree.
Which I got to get my street cred up. I feel like I got half a star from you guys. Like from the longest yard, I feel like I got half a star.
Right.
But whoever decided to go put that on me shouldn't have blamed the nicest guy in the league to throw the scent off. All right.
Right.
Ain't no way I'm hitting a man like Duncan when he was out. He was out.
Apparently
so
that day.
Hey, I'll tell you, Duncan was he had a lot of different things he was partaking in that day. So I wasn't surprised when I saw him tap out at some point.
Okay. Makes sense.
Man was out cold.
It's usually a long day I would put the shenanigans.
I'd put the scent back on whoever told him it was me. That's where I would point the flame.
Little hot soup here on a Tuesday. Let's go. All right. So whoever told you that, Duncan, you called them out last week.
That's right.
Now whoever told you that's really the old whoever smelt it, dealt it logic comes into play here. That's what's up.
That's it.
You still over at Hans, doing your thing, moving and grooving still over there, right? Work's going good?
Oh, yeah, man. Work's good. Working hard, making money. It's all good.
That's the name of the game. That's what's up. Love to hear it. Anything new on the horizons? House, another baby? What are you guys just rolling along with the punches? What's the plan?
Man, we're probably a couple years out from both. There'll be a number 2, and there'll be a home purchase probably out west a little bit. And I say out west, closer to the Milford area at some point. We'll see. Commerce, Milford. We'll see.
Come on down.
But that's a couple of years, man. Yeah. I'm being recruited. I get random text messages from these guys like, "Hey, here's a house you should look at." I'm like,
I bet.
Being recruited.
I bet. Igor, yeah, you guys got kids about the same age. They're about to be. Well, close. A year or 2 apart.
That's right. That's right. It's okay. Hey, my boy's big, man. He's 99th percentile in height. He'll keep up with those older kids. He'll be all right.
Yeah, nice. Love to hear that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. Enough about the personal life. Let's get down to what everybody else cares about, the fantasy footballing. Now, you have came up with a very funny team name, and I'm assuming it's around Pat Fryermuth with the MUTH is LUTH. Is that a Mike Tyson reference or what?
I don't know, man. I heard it somewhere, and yeah, it's just because of him. I might have to change that name, though. That guy's off to a pretty slow start. We might have to switch things up a bit, change the take.
They were throwing all over the place last night, just not throwing to him.
Yeah, I took a big gamble last night, starting Zach Moss over Najee Harris, and if I didn't do that, I would have lost Duncan by a point. So, Duncan had a chance, man. But hey, 0-2. See ya.
Hey, I'm right there with you, Duncan. I'm right there with you. My awesome wide receiving crew has not done shit. Okay,
no, they haven't.
Let's jump right into it. I like to give this time to everybody to talk about the changes from the season prior to this season. Main ones I want to talk about is the extra keeper year that we get, and the no defense. So give me Balake Smith's take on all 3 of those.
I like the extra keeper. I think that makes things a little more interesting. I do like the idea of making it so that you have to choose your keepers before you know what round you pick in,
Oh
because I
yeah,
think that will open up some of the big names for that first round or even second round. I
eventually,
think it'll open
yeah.
that up a little bit more, you know.
Hmm.
But I like it. I think three is a good number. It did make things more complicated when it comes to like prepping. Like, okay, who's
Oh
keeping
yeah,
who, and
right.
you don't know what you don't know until the week of, and it's like, all right, well, I had one idea, but now it's tossed out. I mean, you heard the bozo himself say, he's
Yeah,
like, man,
always
this first round hasn't gone. I've done 1,000 mock drafts, and not one of
throwing
them
my
went this
draft
way.
strategy out the window. I'm off the circus train.
I'm throwing, it's gone. Yeah, so that, I mean, I think it throws I like it. It's different. That's why I like this league. It's different.
Same. Yep.
Um the extra year for the keeper, I think is good. Um I'm kind of half in, half out because I like the idea of rotating the players
Right.
sometimes,
Oh yeah.
but one extra year, I mean, we're in it for the long haul, so it's no big deal. I do like how they progress up. I think that only
Same. It
makes it
makes it.
fair.
Yeah, same. I agree. Because then you get to keep more people, but then if you decide to keep them, their value increases the more that you think their value is to your team, which makes sense.
Right. And then the defense, I mean, again, kind of torn on it because I've never played in a league without one. I like the idea of a defense because it's such
Same.
a big part of the game, right?
Huge.
And
It's actually
it's
taking out two-thirds of the game. It's taking out special teams too. So like
well,
you're
right.
just playing with all offensive players, which I mean, to each their own.
Right, right. And the special teams does play a role. You have a couple punt returns. I mean, now the kickoff, you don't get many people running it
No.
out at kickoff, but you
Uh-uh.
got the punt return aspect. But yeah, I'm torn. I'm probably leaning towards, if we revote that one, I'm probably voting it back just to get that. And I think Duncan said it last week. Probably if I had to nix one, I'd rather nix the kicker than the defense.
Same.
A
We're
little bit more
rallying the troops,
strategy there. I
baby.
mean,
Committee's already on
yeah,
high alert with that one. Don't worry.
that's right. That's right. Yeah,
I
we'll have a couple more upgrades. I did like making last place dress up like a clown. Corey killed it,
heard
but
that was tight. I heard that was tight.
it was tight. I mean, Corey looks pretty similar most of the time anyway, so it wasn't big for him.
Easy.
Hey, I'm trying to get a full start here. I got
I
to talk
feel
some
you.
smack. All right.
True. True. Very true. You can bring him on next week. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that's part of the ploy.
Maybe.
Tight.
Yes, sir.
All right. So give me your keepers and why you kept them with the new rules and kind of what your mindset was in the offseason.
Yeah, my team was a little unique. I didn't have many options to choose from. I did get fortunate. I got the first round pick, and that allowed me to not keep Josh Allen, and I got to choose based on what everybody else did if I wanted to start with a QB or not. And so I ended up taking Josh
Yeah.
Allen first. Now I can keep him another 3 years if I want, right?
Ooh, yeah,
And
smart.
so other than that, I just went with I kept Muth in like the 13th or 14th round, and my whole strategy there was just to not think about a tight end the rest of the draft. Like no matter where somebody fell, I just wasn't
Smart.
going to look at the position and look at value elsewhere because I got my value there already. And I
Yeah.
wasn't going to draft two tight ends
No.
like some people that pass out and some people that don't don't pay attention drafting two. Neither here
State
nor
any
there.
names here. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, no names. And then I kept Christian Kirk in the ninth round. I just thought that there was value there. I think Calvin Ridley was, I think some people either really believed in him and some people were like, hey, you've been out of the league and we'll see where you'll come back. And I just thought the offense was up there and high powered and why not?
Very.
Right.
I mean, they are for sure.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Christian Kirk still
Yeah.
on the Jags?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And so is
He had
Calvin
11
Ridley, right?
catches. Christian Kirk had 11
Yeah.
catches for like 109 yards last week. But the first week, the week I lost by like a handful of points, he had one catch for
Ooh.
1.9
Boomer
points.
bust sounds
Just,
like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
makings.
And my other keeper, I just honestly, I don't even know who it is because he's irrelevant. I just kept him in the last round, and I'll probably, if I didn't drop him already, he's gone. I just threw somebody on the team. That's it.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
And
Just to have one.
I was starting fresh.
Maybe I'll have to
That
do a
was
little
it. See how the
reconnaissance
draft
work and
plays
find out
out.
who that is. Look at the see
I
who's
don't
in
even
there as
know.
your third keeper. Look at that. Probably would you tell Eric to
Don't
pick it
even
for
know.
you?
No, I chose it in like the 11th hour. It was a running back. I can't remember who it was though. I'll have to
Okay.
look into it. But yeah, he's not a starter for me.
Not no more.
So no.
All right. All right. So
Yeah. So
obviously
that
we're
wasn't
looking
the. I
pretty
was.
strong on the Jacksonville offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Putting a
Yeah. I mean,
lot
it's.
of weight on that side of the things over there for them.
Yeah. Yep. The challenge makes it pretty unpredictable, right? So
Yeah.
Christian
Yeah.
Kirk goes from having 1.9 points to 21 points. It's just tough to count on him. So of course I start him. He scores 1.9. I don't start him. He scores 21. So it's probably gonna be tail of the tape.
Yeah, moral of the story for fantasy.
Tail of the tape.
Sure. So going into week 1 here, you're going up against a double dip, Joe Burrow and T. Higgins with Corey, playing Corey S. ETN season. It's funny, I'm looking at his team now, questionable, IR. But
yeah, well, Corey's questionable, so
yeah. He beat you barely. What was that? What was the mindset? Just start every top guy you got, let it fly, obviously, like it is in week 1.
I actually thought about making changes in that first week, but I was like, you know what? Don't overthink it. Start the people you drafted first for a reason, even though the matchup wasn't great. I mean, I had Pittsburgh against San Francisco, and I knew that matchup wasn't great for the offense, for Najee or for Freiermuth, but I was like, hey, I drafted him. It was my first running back off the board. I'm going to roll the dice.
Yep.
And I started him over other people and learned my lesson. I think my highest score that week was my kicker with 21 points because Josh Allen threw 4 interceptions. And so needless to say, I lost that week with my kicker scoring the most points for me.
Yep. I was going to say, you play Zay Flowers, you win that game.
Yeah, and he had Ayuk. And in fairness, his team didn't do. I think T. Higgins
and
0. Joe Burrow was
3
trash.
Points. Yeah,
I couldn't have asked.
That
for
was the time
nicer,
to beat.
But
yeah.
But I at the same time, Ayuk went off for what 27.
30,
I mean, that was the difference.
32.
Yeah, so he had the one
and
guy
ETN
that did
got
all
21.
that.
That's like half his points right there.
I think with a garbage time 50-yard touchdown run in the 11th with the last drive of the game or something for Jacksonville too.
Pat Stafford sounds like.
So it was a rough first week. I was like, man, how did I let that one squeak out? But rebound week 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, moving right along to week 2, looks like you're playing the down wire, the old Duncan boy. We had him on here last week to talk a little pre-strat. Obviously, it was guns blazing for him. Obviously, it was basically the same for you. You did make a little bit of change. You did play Zay Flowers. You played Zach Moss. You took out Najee Harris, Christian Kirk. Seemed to be like it paid off.
I took out Miles Sanders also. I didn't start either of my first 2 running backs off the board. I started my
James Cook
and a pickup Zach Moss. So I learned from the first week. I'm like, all right, I trusted you 1 week, failed, just switched it all up.
And it seemed to work
2 out of 3 worked out. 2 out of 3 worked.
Yep. I mean,
and finally Gino came through, which it was bittersweet, right?
Yeah.
To beat the Lions
but you needed it. You got to take your heart out of fantasy, man. It's like betting.
That's right. No doubt. So yeah, it was a good rebound week. Keenan Allen finally paying off.
Yeah,
I think he's the real deal.
Dude,
I think he's the real deal. I'm excited about him.
Yeah. He feel like a resurgent year for him in his career. He stays healthy. I think he could be all right. I hope so. I got a couple of his autographs.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of running backs, man. I got a ton of running backs on my team.
Najee, Sanders, Moss, Cook.
I got more on the bench.
Yeah,
I got
Hill.
I got Justice Hill.
Gonna be getting
Yeah,
carries because JK's out, right? Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Somebody need a
We'll see
running
how
back.
Gainwell does. Gainwell was going to be the starter, and then Swift has his big day, so we'll see what the split is there. So I got a bunch of running backs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We'll see. I
I'm
got depth,
yeah,
right?
I'm sure somebody will be making some offers here come up soon. Running backs starting to drop like flies.
We'll see. Big waiver wire week.
Oh
We got
yeah.
one or two out there. So
Yep. Somebody's gonna be
we'll see.
spending some cheddar this week.
Might have to throw a few dollars out there to try to get me another running back.
Hey, I mean, I got some. I'll let you know. I got some dollars out on the running back right now. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so moving
Yeah,
ahead to
I think you need one. You need a running back, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think
do.
you do.
Jamal Williams got hurt,
Yes, he did.
but I got Alvin Kamara coming back after next week. So, but
That's true.
yeah,
We'll
my
see.
other guy that I would have to start would be Taj Spears, which yeah, I don't
Risky.
know. Yeah, very risky. So moving on to week 3. For you, looks like you are going head to head with the Book of Ely. Ooh, wee.
The electric one. Yep.
The Mr. Electric one, who I might add is 2-0. It's funny,
Yep.
Pete Bozo's 2-0. He's in first place.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm projected to win this week against him.
You're a
I think I
5-point
got
favorite in the hashtag I'm with Bozo Sportsbook.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's where the money should go. that might take the cake, man. I don't think Ely's I think Ely's team got a little lucky. I think it was it last week he got lucky? I forget. There was a close match he had though.
He's got a couple good dudes, you know. He's got Garrett Wilson, who's by far the best receiver on the Jets. I mean, Dak's been okay. He's been solid. He might be better than okay.
We'll see if they need.
DK's
We'll
hit or
see if they
miss.
need.
Debo's hit or miss. He can get hurt pretty easily.
I think there's a lot of potential, but yeah, a lot of those guys are hit and miss. I mean, if defense for Dallas does good, they don't really need Dak. They'll run the ball with Pollard, and yeah, Garrett Wilson has. Doesn't Garrett Wilson have like the best quarterback in the league throwing to him? No, it's the worst quarterback in the league. That's who's throwing to him.
Dak
Dak
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. So maybe there's some garbage time in his future, but that's about it.
I mean, he
man.
had a
That guy's
68-yarder the other day, touchdown. I was praying for that. He ended up with like 18 points in my other league. Sorry, Corey. Running back situation. How we looking? You're not playing Najee this week on Sunday Night Football in Las Vegas?
Until they show something, I think I got to risk not starting them. I mean, it's tough because
True.
they're playing finally a defense that's not great.
Right, but they haven't been really running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the guy barely has a pulse. I don't know if he can, he can't. What do you do? Like 6 yards and like a cat? I mean, it was next to nothing. Oh, who you got there?
That's Najee.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope he does well for your sake.
Right?
So yeah, I mean, I think I'm committed to Cook. And then the only question mark for me is going to be Zach Moss, or do I see how the volume of Miles Sanders is? And I'm probably going to roll with Zach Moss again just because it's more guaranteed work.
Yeah.
See what happens.
I mean, they can't. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Hopefully, Geno can show up again. He's playing Carolina. They're not only that, they don't have the strongest defense in the world, so that could be another, hopefully 20 point game.
Yeah, the hardest one for me is, do I start Dotson or do I start Kirk? And Dotson had a down week. Kirk finally had an up week, but
it's the old Wojo up down
just isn't there.
Right?
It's almost like I have a running back, you need a running back, and you have a wide receiver, and I could use one. Huh?
Me?
Maybe something work out there, man.
I mean, if you're down for a 2-for-1, I'm not going to give you best 2 wide receivers in the league. I know Jamar Chase hasn't been the top 3 in the league, but he still is. I ain't gonna be selling him. I ain't gonna be selling Jamar Chase low because he's had 2 bad weeks. One was he got 8 points. It's mediocre.
We might be able to work out a twofer.
We might be able to
work out a twofer.
We might be able to make something happen.
Either that or I got to go trade Nick. Nick is desperate. That guy is super desperate.
Yep. I mean, I'm not too far behind him. Shoot. Well, I've averaged
No, you're not.
106 points a week. That ain't gonna cut it in this league.
No, you're in trouble, man.
I'm gonna need a quarterback too. Shoot, Justin Fields sucks. Anthony Richardson's getting hurt every week. The dude had 17 points in like the first quarter and he got hurt. It was like, dude, he was gonna go for 40. I was gonna walk away with it. I was like, yes. Oh, finally, baby, another rookie quarterback that's good. That's on my team. So much for that.
Yeah, I think that actually probably saved me because then Zach Moss started doing well. That probably saved me, honestly.
Yeah, started handing the ball on. Okay, tight. So what's it gonna take for the MUTH is LUTH to get to the playoffs? I don't know if I can say back to the playoffs. I can't remember the last time you've been to them, but
I took third last year.
There we go.
Yeah, last year, man. I think I'm going to need to get a trade done this year for me to make the playoffs. I think I need a little bit more stability. I'm probably going to have to take a hit early on, or at least think I'm taking a hit early on to roll the dice. And I think I got the tools to roll the dice with. So I'll be looking for some trades, throwing some trades out there. Other than that, I mean, I got depth. As long as the right guys don't get injured, I think I'm going to be in good shape, honestly. At least to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like to hear it. That's what I mean. I like to hear it. You haven't really been, God forbid, there hasn't been too many injuries. You got a lot of depth. Even if you do have a couple, like, you're sitting in a pretty good spot.
That's right.
I mean, Igor did pick you to be in the bottom three, but
yeah, he's the King Bozo for a reason.
Yep.
All right.
I really thought
the title for a reason.
I thought Duncan was going to pick you to be in the top 6, but he
in the top 6. So did I.
He didn't. He did not.
No,
okay, so that leads me to Mr. Muthi, your top 6 in no particular order. Who we got making the playoffs in the hashtag I'm with Bozo Fantasy League.
As much as I hate to say it because he put me in the bottom 3, I'm going to have to go with the Bozo. I think he has a team that's going to make the playoffs. I'm going to go with, and this is going to be a hot take for some of you, I'm going to go with Duncan. And I think Duncan's going to make he's going to make the top 6 just because he's just on the ball with, like, who's what. I think he picked up a couple good rookie wide receivers, so I think he's in good shape.
I'm sure there'll be people that would say you're just doing that so he doesn't think that you threw the shot at him.
Hey, you gotta throw off the scent.
Gotta cast. If you don't cast it, you don't catch it.
I actually think Mike will make the playoffs this year. I think Ely will make the playoffs, even though he's going to lose to me this week.
Ooh.
And I think C-Raj and myself are going to make the playoffs. I don't have Corey and I don't have Ryan. I just want to emphasize that. I don't think either of them make the playoffs.
I can see that. Puts me in the middle of the pack somewhere too. I know my team.
I think you got a shot, G.
My team needs to pick it up though.
Yep.
I'll be right on the outskirts looking in. Need some crazy shit to happen last week's or some shit probably.
Yep. Probably.
Gotta stay away from the injury bug.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see who's the crawfish. Let me get the 3 bottom feeders.
So I'm gonna have to say Nick. That team is real bad. I'll have to say EZ and Kevin.
KGZ.
Yeah, bottom 3.
All right. That's the first one for EZ. Nick is in there. Yeah. So, you just switched. Duncan picked himself. And Nick and Kevin.
Duncan has 2 great quarterbacks. He has some young talent, and you got Duncan, who's like all over the waivers and the news better than a lot of people I know. So I got to assume he's going to sneak in there somehow. But we'll see.
He always puts in the most work, that's for sure. You won't outwork him in fantasy.
And again, if he has Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, and if Jalen turns it up, you get 2 big quarterbacks like that, the odds that
if you're getting 40 to 60 points per week from them every week, like, look out.
Right.
Look out. That's going to be tough.
No doubt.
All right. Now on to everybody's favorite section of the show. We are in Michigan, so for those that follow along, sports gambling is legal here. So we have integrated a hashtag I'm with Bozo lock of the week. And so far this year, Blake, I don't know if you've been following along or not, but we're 0-2. Duncan had the Rams -7.5 for San Francisco last week. And the King Bozo had the Vikings -6 versus Tampa Bay in the first week. That didn't hit either. So now this is the hottest seat of them all behind me. I don't know if you can see those doors back there, but that's where the pick goes back there.
All right.
After
Let's
this.
do it.
All right. What do we got? What's your lock of the week, baby?
So right now, we got the Lions at -3.5.
Oh, my gosh.
My lock is going to be taking them alternate spread -6.5 to get some plus money. -6.5 home game. Take them with the injuries.
Oh
That's my lock.
-6.5 DET alt
I think they win by 10.
Wow.
10 or more victory. They're going to take it home after that loss.
Wow. Big cojones coming from the Smitty side of things. I see you. I'm hoping so. I was pumped for them to.
Plus odds.
Hey, yeah, that's the next thing we need to integrate into the research is to get. I don't ever write down what the odds were when the bet was placed.
Yeah, this isn't a -300 pick. This is you're going to make some money if that hits.
Hey,
so
Lions win by a touchdown. You're cashing in
That's
with
it.
Blake Smith over here at hashtag I'm with Bozo. That's what's up. I like it.
Let's get that one victory, 1 and
Let's
3.
get it. We gotta get. The train is still sitting at the station, waiting for people to buy some tickets to get the steam engines rolling, so we can start rolling down the tracks, baby. We're still sitting over here in Tuscaloosa. We're stuck in the tent, middle of nowhere.
That's right.
That's what's up. I like to see it. Okay, so you got called out last week to get put in the hot seat. Sit down with me. Appreciate your time, obviously, as always. Now it's your turn to pick who's next.
We're going to go with the electric one.
Ooh, Mr. Power Plant. Ely, you heard
That's
it
right.
first, baby. It's funny, I'm using your brother's.
You're up, kid.
The koozie you gave me. I'm using it. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Sean. Thank you. Appreciate it for letting them take this picture of you.
Yeah, we'll give him a shot to talk about his loss to me next week.
I like that. People are picking people that they're playing against or, had played against or are playing. I like that. I like the way that this type of train is starting to roll. It's tight because then maybe next
it'll
week
work out that way early.
Play. Yeah. Right? I like
it'll work out early that way.
That's what's up. I like it. All right, Blake. I appreciate your time as always. And hopefully we can get you back into the tent for the end of the season playoff bash that we do.
That's right.
And
I'll be back.
Without further ado, until I see you on our matchup.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good, brother. I appreciate it. See you soon.
Later, man.